Here are Grandpa's 35 survival and bushcraft hacks you probably didn't know. Rub garlic to repel mosquitoes. Did you know that garlic can naturally repel mosquitoes? Grandpa often used this simple trick while camping in mosquito-heavy areas. The sulfur compounds in garlic release a strong odor that mosquitoes dislike, making it an effective natural repellent. To use, crush several garlic cloves to release their oils. Then rub the garlic directly onto exposed skin, focusing on your arms, neck, and legs. The scent creates a protective barrier, discouraging mosquitoes from biting. Reapply every few hours for ongoing protection while enjoying the outdoors. Boil pine cones to purify water. Did you know that pine cones can help purify water in survival situations? Grandpa said that pine cones contain tannins, which have natural antibacterial properties that can kill harmful bacteria. To use this method, gather fresh pine cones and place them in a pot of water. Boil the water for 10 to 15 minutes, allowing the tannins to infuse and neutralize impurities. Once the water cools, it becomes safer to drink. This method is especially useful when clean water sources are limited. Use burnt wood ash as toothpaste. When conventional toothpaste isn't available, burnt wood ash can be a surprisingly effective substitute. The ash's fine particles act as a mild abrasive, scrubbing away plaque and food residue from your teeth. To use, collect some cooled, clean wood ash and dip a damp cloth or brush into it. Gently scrub your teeth, being mindful of the abrasiveness. Rinse thoroughly afterward. While it's a temporary solution, wood ash can help maintain oral hygiene in a survival setting. Broken glass can be used as a knife. A shard of broken glass can serve as a makeshift knife when no other tools are available. The jagged edges are sharp enough to cut through materials like rope, fabric, or small branches. Carefully grip the dullest part of the glass to avoid injury and use the sharp edges to make precise cuts. Exercise caution. As handling broken glass can be dangerous, but in a pinch, it's a versatile tool for cutting and carving. Create a compass with a magnetized needle and leaf. If you find yourself lost, you can create a simple compass using a magnetized needle and a floating leaf. Magnetism causes the needle to align with the Earth's magnetic field, pointing north. To make one, rub a needle with a magnet or a silk cloth for about a minute. Place the needle on a leaf and float it in a bowl or puddle of still water. The needle will align with the north-south axis, helping you find your way. Use bright cloth to signal for help. In an emergency, bright-colored cloth can be a lifesaver when signaling for help. Vibrant colors like red or orange stand out against natural backgrounds, making it easier for rescuers to spot you from a distance. To use this method, tie the cloth to a high point like a tree branch, or wave it vigorously to attract attention. The high contrast and motion will help catch the eye of rescuers. It's a simple, yet effective tool when you need to be seen quickly. Shoelace can be used as a bowstring. Did you know a shoelace can be repurposed into a bowstring? In survival situations, a bow and arrow can help you hunt for food. To create one, fashion a basic bow from a flexible branch, then securely tie your shoelace to both ends of the bow. The strength and flexibility of the shoelace allow it to act as a functional bowstring. This quick adaptation provides a valuable hunting tool when conventional resources aren't available. Dig a pit shelter for warmth. When battling cold weather, a pit shelter can provide much-needed warmth and protection. This technique involves digging a small pit just deep enough to fit your body and lining it with insulating materials like leaves or grass. Cover the top with branches or tarp, leaving a small entrance for airflow. The earth around the pit helps retain body heat, while the insulation minimizes heat loss. This shelter is a great option when seeking refuge from freezing temperatures. Inner tube works as a waterproof tinder. An inner tube from a bicycle or vehicle can be used as waterproof tinder to start a fire, even in damp conditions. Cut small pieces of the rubber inner tube and light them with a match or lighter. The rubber burns steadily and can ignite wet wood or kindling, making it an ideal fire starter. Because the material is waterproof, it's perfect for situations where traditional tinder might fail due to moisture. Keep some in your survival kit for emergencies. Build a windbreak with logs or branches. In exposed areas, wind can sap your body heat and make survival harder. A windbreak made from logs or branches can block harsh winds and create a more comfortable shelter. Stack logs or large branches in a dense wall on the side from which the wind blows. This barrier helps deflect cold winds, reducing the chill in your camp. It's a simple but crucial structure that improves comfort and conserves energy by keeping you warmer in harsh conditions. Reflective blankets can signal rescuers. Did you know that a reflective blanket, typically used for warmth, can also help signal rescuers? The shiny surface reflects sunlight or artificial light, making it highly visible from long distances. To signal for help, lay the blanket flat on the ground or hang it from a tree, ensuring it's in direct sunlight. You can also flash the blanket at passing planes or vehicles to catch attention. It's a dual-purpose survival tool, useful for both warmth and visibility. Make a leaf bed for insulation. In the wild, sleeping directly on the cold ground can sap your body heat, but a bed of leaves provides natural insulation. Pile dry leaves at least 6 inches thick to create a soft, insulated barrier between you and the earth. This layer traps air, preventing heat loss and keeping you warmer overnight. Add more leaves for extra insulation if needed. This simple leaf bed not only adds comfort but also significantly reduces the risk of hypothermia in cold environments. Use a safety pin as a fishing hook. When you're short on supplies, a safety pin can be turned into an improvised fishing hook. Bend the pin into a hook shape, sharpening the end with a rock or metal file if possible. Attach the safety pin to a string or shoelace to create a makeshift fishing line. Use a worm or insect as bait and drop it into the water. While not as effective as a traditional hook, this hack can provide a valuable food source in survival situations. Filter water with a sock and charcoal. In a pinch, you can filter water using just a sock and charcoal. Charcoal helps remove impurities and odors from water, while the sock acts as a makeshift filter for larger debris. To use, fill a sock with crushed charcoal, tie off the end, and slowly pour water through it. The charcoal absorbs contaminants, leaving cleaner water on the other side. This method isn't a replacement for full purification, but it's a helpful step to make water safer in emergencies. Use socks to filter water debris. Do you need to clean up dirty water fast? Socks can be used as a simple, effective filter for large debris. Take a clean sock and stretch it over the mouth of a container. Slowly, pour the water through the sock, which will trap debris like leaves, dirt, and insects. While it won't remove bacteria or harmful organisms, it's a quick way to make murky water clearer before boiling or purifying it further. This method can be a crucial step in accessing drinkable water. Make a fishing trap with a bottle. A plastic bottle can serve as a simple, effective fishing trap when you're in the wild, according to Grandpa. To make one, cut the top third off the bottle, invert it, and place it back into the bottom half, creating a funnel. Secure the edges with string or tape, add bait inside, and place the bottle in water with the opening facing upstream. Fish will swim in but struggle to escape. This easy trap helps you catch small fish in survival situations. Store matches in straws to keep them dry. Keeping your matches dry is essential for survival, and plastic straws provide a handy, waterproof solution. Cut a straw into sections slightly longer than your matches. Slide a match inside each piece, then use a lighter to melt and pinch the ends closed, creating an airtight seal. These waterproof match containers are compact and easy to carry in your pack. It's an excellent way to ensure you always have a reliable fire starting method even in wet conditions. Set a trip alarm with string and cans. You can create a basic trip alarm with just some string and empty cans. Thread a string through several cans and tie it between trees or sturdy objects around your camp's perimeter. If an animal or person crosses the string, the cans will rattle loudly, alerting you to movement. This simple setup is great for protecting your camp from intruders or animals, especially at night, giving you time to react or prepare. Start a fire with a shoelace and stick. A shoelace and a stick can be used to create a bow drill, a traditional fire-starting method. Tie a shoelace to both ends of a sturdy stick to form a bow. Wrap the lace around a smaller stick, then use the bow to rapidly rotate the stick against a flat piece of wood. The friction generates heat and eventually forms embers. Carefully transfer the embers to kindling to start your fire, a reliable bushcraft technique for survival situations. Dry clothes with hot rocks. In damp conditions, hot rocks can be used to dry your clothes. Place medium-sized rocks near a fire for about 30 minutes until they're warm, but not too hot to handle. Once heated, wrap the rocks in a cloth or place them inside your wet clothes. The rock's heat helps evaporate moisture, speeding up the drying process. This method is particularly useful when the weather doesn't allow for air drying, keeping you warmer and more comfortable. Build shelter with branches and trees. Building a shelter using branches and trees is a fundamental survival skill. Find sturdy trees and use fallen branches to create a simple lean-to. Prop larger branches against the tree trunk at an angle and fill in gaps with smaller branches, leaves, or brush to block wind and rain. This natural cover provides protection from the elements. If available, layering leaves on top adds extra insulation. This simple shelter helps you stay dry and protected from the wind and cold. Use heated rocks as bed warmers. Heated rocks can help keep you warm when temperatures drop at night. Place several fist-sized rocks near your campfire for about 30 minutes until they're hot but not glowing. Once they've cooled slightly, wrap them in cloth or place them under your bedding. The heat from the rocks provides warmth for several hours, keeping you comfortable and preventing heat loss. This technique is a great way to avoid freezing temperatures when you don't have enough blankets or firewood. Pine needles provide sleeping insulation. Pine needles make excellent natural insulation for a sleeping area. Gather a thick layer of dry pine needles, at least 6 inches deep, and spread them on the ground where you plan to sleep. The pine needles create an insulating barrier between you and the cold earth, helping to retain the body heat and keeping you warmer at night. Additionally, they offer a cushioned surface for more comfort. Using pine needles not only keeps you warm, but also improves your sleep quality in the wild. Boil water with hot rocks. When you lack a pot, Grandpa said that hot rocks can be used to boil water in a survival scenario. Heat several rocks in a fire for about 30 minutes. Carefully transfer the hot rocks into a container of water using sticks or tongs. The rock's heat will cause the water to boil, purifying it by killing harmful bacteria. Continue adding hot rocks until the water reaches a rolling boil for several minutes. This method is a lifesaver when you need to ensure your water is safe to drink. Make a fishing net with a paracord. A paracord can be used to fashion a makeshift fishing net. Cut several lengths of paracord, then unravel them into thinner strands. Tie the strands together in a grid pattern, ensuring the gaps are small enough to trap fish. Secure the net to 2 sturdy branches or sticks and submerge it in a stream or pond where fish swim. This makeshift fishing net can help you catch multiple fish at once, ensuring you have a reliable food source in survival situations. Braid vines for strong rope. Braiding vines is an excellent way to create strong and durable rope in a survival situation. Choose long, flexible vines and strip away any leaves or smaller branches. Take 3 vines of similar thickness. Tie them together at one end and start braiding them tightly, alternating strands over one another. Once you reach the end, tie it off securely. The resulting rope is strong enough to secure gear, build shelter, or even support your weight if necessary. Collect water from plants with plastic bags. Collecting water from plants using plastic bags is a simple and effective method in the wild. Place a plastic bag over a leafy branch and secure it tightly around the stem with string or a rubber band. The plant releases moisture, which condenses inside the bag. Leave it in place for several hours during the day. By the end of the day, you'll have a supply of clean, drinkable water collected from the plant's natural moisture. Use duct tape to fix gear. Duct tape is an indispensable tool for quickly repairing damaged gear in the wilderness. Whether it's a torn tent, a ripped backpack, or even broken hiking boots, duct tape can provide a temporary yet strong fix. Tear off a strip of tape and press it firmly over the damaged area, smoothing it out to create a watertight and durable patch. In addition to repairs, duct tape can also be used to secure makeshift splints or patch holes in rain gear. Fold birch bark into a water container. Birch bark's flexibility and waterproof properties make it an ideal material for crafting a makeshift water container. Find a large piece of birch bark, peel it off gently, and fold it into a cone shape. Secure the edges using small twigs or thorns to hold the shape. This natural water holder can then be used to collect water from streams or rain. The bark's waterproof nature ensures it won't leak, providing a practical, natural alternative in the wild. Create a solar still to purify water. Creating a solar still is a reliable way to purify water when other methods aren't available. Dig a 2-foot deep hole in the ground, place a container at the bottom, and fill the area around it with moist leaves or vegetation. Cover the hole with plastic, weighing it down with rocks, creating a dip over the container. As the sun heats the plastic, condensation forms and drips into the container. This simple method extracts clean water from natural moisture sources. Use an empty bullet casing as a whistle. An empty bullet casing can be transformed into a makeshift whistle for signaling in survival situations. The small, hollow metal structure amplifies sound when blown into, making it an effective alert tool. To create one, clean the casing thoroughly and file the tip to create a small notch. Place your lips over the open end and blow forcefully. The sharp sound produced can travel long distances, helping you signal for rescue or communicate with others in the wild. Use cattail fluff as tinder. Cattail fluff is an excellent natural tinder for starting fires in the wild. The fluffy seed heads of the cattail plant are highly flammable and catch fire quickly with just a spark. To use, gather the cattail fluff and fluff it up more to allow airflow, which helps the fire ignite. Place the fluff at the base of your fire pit and strike your fire starter or use matches. Its light texture and flammability make it an essential fire-starting material. Clean dishes with sand. In the absence of soap, sand can effectively clean dishes in the wild. The abrasive nature of sand helps scrub away food residue and grease from pots, pans, and utensils. To clean, gather a handful of coarse sand and rub it firmly on the surface of your dishes, focusing on areas with stubborn food particles. Rinse the dishes with water after scrubbing. This method is useful in environments where water is scarce or soap isn't available. Build a raft with driftwood. Driftwood is often found along shorelines and can be used to construct a makeshift raft for crossing water. Gather large, sturdy pieces of driftwood and lash them together tightly using rope, vines, or paracord. Arrange the pieces side by side to form a flat surface, ensuring that the logs are securely tied to prevent them from coming apart in the water. This makeshift raft provides a reliable way to cross rivers or lakes in survival situations. Use mud to protect skin from bugs and sun. Mud can be a natural barrier against both insects and the sun's harmful rays. Covering your exposed skin with a layer of wet mud helps deter bugs, as they don't like the texture, and provides protection from sunburn by blocking UV rays. Simply apply a thick coat of mud to your arms, face, and legs, and let it dry. This creates a cooling, protective shield that's especially useful when bug repellents or sunscreen are not available. Use a condom as a water container. In survival situations, a condom can surprisingly hold a large amount of water, making it a useful improvised container. Stretch the condom carefully to avoid tears and fill it with water from a clean source. Tie the open end securely and carry the water-filled condom with you, using it as needed. To protect it from punctures, you can place it inside a sock or cloth for added durability. Despite its small size, it can hold up to a liter of water. Use a trash bag as a makeshift poncho. A trash bag can be a lifesaver in unexpected rain, serving as an emergency poncho. Take a large, heavy-duty trash bag and cut a hole for your head at the top and 2 smaller holes for your arms on the sides. Slip the bag over your body, allowing it to cover most of your torso and legs. The plastic material is waterproof and will keep you dry during sudden downpours. It's a quick, effective solution by Grandpa when you're caught without rain gear. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.